You can only imagine this, but the big tech giants like Google, Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, they are all about to lose the big share of their pie to a small bunch. He's unstoppable. He's coming up with power plays every day that is just blowing the because this strategy alone is going to eat majority of the lunch from this big tech giants, charging you 15 to 30% fee, and they were not adding any additional value to you. You're competing really based on how competent you are with your business, not based on how much money you have to throw on paid ads. Now to you it may sound like a science fiction movie and all imaginary stuff, but the fact is all of these things are actually happening on ChatGPT's app store already right now, and there are people taking advantage of it, and they are not spending any money to be on this platform. Here is a list of all the apps that are already on this platform. Number one, we have shopping app Etsy. It is testing it. You can browse, you can buy handmade stuff by just describing what you're looking for. And we also have find me a unique birthday gift for my mom who likes gardening. Boom, option appears. Then we have travel apps like Kayak built into the app. You can search for flights, hotels, cars, all by just talking to it. As far as food is concerned, Instacart is testing grocery deliveries. Get me the ingredients for chicken tacos and it builds you the cart. Learning apps like Khan Academy built a tutorial app. Help me understand fractions. It teaches you step by step. These are the big companies testing it, but the doors are open for small businesses too. All of this is done just by talking. No downloading a link, no signing up, no creating an account, none of that stuff. No website clicking, no need to download an app or go through a lengthy conversation. Now, before you get too excited about all of this, let me hit you with some reality, because nothing is perfect and even this thing has some problems. Problem number one, we don't know the fees yet. OpenAI hasn't fully expanded how they will make the money from this. Will they take the 30% like Apple and Google? That would suck. Take a 5 to 10% cut, more reasonable, charge businesses a monthly fee or show ads. These are the unknowns. We just don't know any of this information right now. They are still trying to promote themselves as a non-profit or open source company, and the revenue model hasn't really kicked in to the fullest yet. And that's the scary part. You can go on, you build your entire business model on their platform just to find out they would come back and hit you with a fee either more or the same as this other platform, which is exactly what you've been trying to avoid. Because at the end of the day, for a small business owner, bottom line really matters. It does not matter where the customer comes from, but their bottom line makes all the difference. Their profit margin, their EBITDA makes all the difference. These are the key things we are focused on. Problem number two, you think Apple is going to just sit there and be like, oh, OpenAI steal my money? No way. They are already building their own AI into iPhones, making rules to block certain AI apps, working on their own ChatGPT competitions. Google has Gemini, Apple has Intelligence. None of them are actually going down that easy. And problem number three, people actually have to use ChatGPT. Right now, not everyone is using ChatGPT. Your grammar probably doesn't. Lots of regular people don't. For this to work, ChatGPT has to become as normal as Google. That takes years. And problem number four, the trust and the security. Would you like to feel safe telling ChatGPT anything and everything about you and your business? Access to your credit card, booking appointments in your name, buy stuff without even clicking and confirming? Some people will, some people will not. Building that trust takes time. And number five is discovery. In Apple's App Store, you can browse categories and see what's popular. In ChatGPT, you have to kind of ask for what you want. If you don't know what exists, you might never find it. How does a small business get discovered? We fully don't know yet. There are still a lot of unknowns. All right, let's talk real. If you're a small business owner just like me, it is exactly what you should do right now. Do not panic and do not rush. This is not something that's about to kill your business tomorrow. Apps aren't disappearing anywhere, and websites aren't dead. Google and App Store, well, they're not going anywhere either. This is just a new option for you to bring more customers in. And the new option takes some time to set. Step two, watch and learn. You should pay attention to which business tries this first, what works and what fails, how OpenAI changes their rules, and how much it costs. In other words, let other people make some mistake and keep an eye on what they're doing and learn from those mistakes. Some people actually have the appetite to eat up those costs. So don't feel bad for others. They have the appetite to eat up some of the costs that they incur with some of this new stuff. And you should not get discouraged from that, because it can happen to you. If it happens to me, I can eat the cost. I'm completely okay with it. But remember, if somebody else is doing it and they are showing you what they did, and if it worked, all you want to do is go and copy that shit and it will work for you. And step three, ask yourself, does this really fit my business model? These work best for businesses that do clearly simple tasks like booking appointments, taking orders, answering common questions, selling straightforward products. If you have a complicated business that requires a lot of back and forth, this option may not be a good fit for you at the time. Number 4, start small if you start at all. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket. You're building your business on ChatGPT. That does not mean you're going to stop doing good old Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube videos. You're going to continue to do whatever you were doing up until now, but you are going to have to try this new technology. Test one thing first. Can people book appointments through it? Can they ask product questions? Can they check order status? Start with a small useful thing. See if it works. Step 5, keep multiple channels. You keep website, social media, email list, phone numbers, and you continue to be on Apple and Google if you at all have a presence. And number 6, control your customers' data. This is a very important one. Whatever you build, make sure you own the customer's information, name, email, purchase histories. That data is yours. Don't let it live inside ChatGPT where you can access it if things go wrong. So here is what is happening in reality. For 15 years, we have been living in the app era. You wanted to do something, there was always an app for it. But apps have problems. You need different apps for everything. Your phone gets clogged, you forget password, you have to update them, they take up space, and you have to switch between them constantly. And the AI era is trying to solve that exact problem. Instead of 50 apps on your phone, all you need is one app, one interface. You can tell that app what to do and it will pull up the necessary app inside of the app and do the command that you have given it and follow the instructions to the T's. In other words, you don't care how a pizza tastes like. You just want a pizza and you want it at a certain day and a certain time. You don't care which app books your hair appointment as long as you get an appointment. And this is the shift from I need to find the right app to I need to solve this problem. And that is why Apple and Google are very nervous, because if people start to not care for their apps, they're gonna have to do something about their app store. So where does all of this go then? Scenario number 1, OpenAI wins big. It gets successful in attracting a lot of traffic on their app store and it starts to dominate the market. People starts to cherish, small business starts to be successful on their platform, and this kills the business revenue of Apple and Google. That's scenario number 1. Scenario number 2, Google and Apple gets together and comes up with a way to block OpenAI to make any progress, and it crushes before it moves to the next step and makes the progress to dominate the market. And scenario number 3, everyone shares. We end up with multi-AI assistant and businesses have to be everywhere, just like we have right now on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And scenario number 4, something else happens that you and I are completely not aware of, and it's a blind spot that even the competition is not thinking about. But there's one guy who knows, and that's got to be Sam Altman. My guess is number 3. We'll end up with an extra platform. We'll end up with Gemini. We'll end up with Apple's AI platform. We will end up with Facebook's AI platform, and we will just have to build our presence on all platforms and optimize for all platforms, which really means more work that we have to do. And to solve that, we will have to deploy more AI because we are going to need more people. So all this fuss about people losing their job or not having the job is really trying to scare people away. There is going to be a shift, just like we had the shift when computers came, just like we had the shift when technology started to develop, the coders, the computer programmers came. This is going to be exact same shift. More and more people are going to use this technology, and there are going to be people needed to maintain this technology, to understand this technology, to optimize this technology. There's going to be plenty of jobs. You just have to add a skill to your resume and you will have a career forever. But here's what I know. The game is changing again. The businesses that survive are the ones that pay attention, adapt slowly, and don't put all their eggs in one basket. And finally, my closing statements. Look, I'm just a small business owner, just like you guys, and I'm trying to figure things out. I am not an expert by any means. I am definitely not a tech guru. I have failed more times than I have succeeded. But I have learned one thing that you might want to pay attention to. When the world around is changing, you actually don't have a choice but to change yourself. If you complain, you're going to be left behind. I don't enjoy learning new stuff, but I much rather learn new stuff, implement it, and keep the doors open because we have people to take care of. We have payrolls to do. We have families that depend on us. And our inability to adapt to the changing world puts their livelihood at risk, which I am not about to just let happen. So if you're like me, overwhelmed and confused and frustrated, but still trying, then we are in this together. If you want more breakdowns like this, hit the follow button because I go over complicated topics like this in simple 4th grade language that you can understand and I can understand. Because honestly, that's how I learned it. Because I'm not going to stop learning. You see, business is a journey, a lifestyle. I am not in a race to get anywhere tomorrow. As long as I'm in the field for a long period of time, I know I'm going to be the only one left. And that's my motto, that's my goal, is to pace your competition, outlast your competition, stay, and continue to hustle and you will eventually have everything that most people desire to have, and you can accomplish all your goals, you can accomplish all your desires by just outlasting your competition. So go out there and crush it one step at a time, and I will see you on the next one. Until then, have a good night.